Blighty boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury Promotions. We're going to have a very quick catch up with Archie Sharp. He's just finished training. He's off for a curry in a minute. Just give us a quick update, Arch, on yourself. You've been in this gym now probably 3 or 4 months. We caught you right at the beginning. Watched a little bit of you doing a bit of pad work early on, and it does look like you're coming on a bit, I have to say. How do you feel yourself?
Looking forward to getting out. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking forward to Frank putting me out in MTK. So I was very impressed. So it's good. It's working very well. I'm looking forward to getting out. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to, when I get in there, obviously I'm going to put a show on. But I'm looking forward to it. I feel good. I feel refreshed. You know what I mean? I feel a lot better. I feel very. Got the old me back. Do you know? I got the old buzz back.
Have you worked on many rough edges or things that maybe you thought you were good at and you weren't as good as you thought you were, and things like that? Has that sort of stripped you down and sort of?
Yes, I think out of the first few weeks, obviously when I first got with you, it was just
very early days.
One another. I mean, very early days, and obviously now I've done a few spars. It's good, Rich. It's very well. I'm looking forward to it. But he's picked up a few things. We've worked on a lot. And my movement's back, do you know what I mean? That's what I will let off, is my movement's back. Because that's where I think I lost in the last 3 fights. In my last couple of fights, I got very stale, place, and I was trading way too much.
A comment that I've heard about 4 or 5 times since I arrived in the gym about 4 o'clock is in reference to you. The words people are saying is, most improved fighter in the gym.
Like to think so, that's nice, yeah.
Well, yeah, and considering you're in with all these school kids in here, Dennis and Co, and all these up and coming ones that are naturally going to be improving all the time, that's a bit of a compliment, isn't it?
Well, that's what I mean. I'm 20 fights in, and I'm still. And when someone's saying most improved, you would think, oh, 20 fights is set his ways. You know what I mean? But I lost my ways. That's what happened. I lost my ways, and being here, me working with Val and Eddie and Paul, everyone, even the whole team, it's brought the old myself, brought me old me back. I'm hungry. I'm sharper than I've ever been, really. I would like to say I feel I'm the sharpest I've been, 100%, and technically the best I've been.
I know traditionally you've been into like your mind games and mind coaching, but in coming here, was it a case of perhaps having to open your mind to new things? Whereas before, this mind coaching that you've done, it gave you such a confidence and belief in yourself and a conviction, but maybe you needed to kind of put that to one side for a while, open your mind and say, I'm going to listen to other people and see what they say.
I think, obviously, I'm still working with Linda. I still do my mind coach because I swear by it, and it puts me in a good track. But yeah, regarding learning, I had to come out of my comfort zone. Obviously, being with Richard for that many years, comfort zone. I had to come out of my comfort zone. I was working on things, giving me instructions, and he can see it. Do you know what I mean? If he tells
you would
me
have had to open your mind, because I'd imagine a year ago, somebody might have told you something and you would have probably
brushed it off.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. I have to. Like, I've got a new trainer. Like I said, 20-0. That last fight was a learning curve for me. I got the win. I'm still unbeaten. I'm still in a very, very good position. But for me, I took that in a different way, and I took that fight as a learning fight. And that's so I said, look, whatever my nutritionist says to do, I'm going to do. Whatever my new coach says I'm going to do, I'm going to do. And that's how it's been working. And I think it's fair to say that Al's seen you said it there, most improved. He's seen an improvement in me in this short period of time. Because I've just listened and took everyone's advice on and I'm learning new tricks.
You can teach an old dog new tricks.
100%, exactly that. So yeah, it's very refreshing, and I'm looking forward to getting out and putting a show on. It's just a matter of time now.
Well, come on then, tell us, share with us, what have you been told? What are you?
Well, I was hoping to be out before Christmas, but that's obviously out the window. So, look, if we can get out in the new year as soon as possible, because I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I was holding me back, and that's where another thing went wrong with me before. I overtrained, I overdone everything. Instead of doing 6 rounds, I was doing 12 rounds. You know what I mean? So I kept overloading, and that's what I've done. I've ruined my body, ruined myself, left it all in the gym, and now knows when I should. Like I said, I was hoping to be out before Christmas on the 5th of December.
I don't think that's a bad thing though, because like you say, while you're in this learning pool, doing this work in the gym for up until January or something, that's going to do you the world of good.
Yeah, so it's all about little things now. Like, if he tells me to do 6 on the bag, that's it, 6, don't go more, do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm listening to. He knows when I'm peaking, when I'm not. Like the other week, he said, last week he said, Arch, don't want you in the gym for 10 days. So I had to stay out of all the gyms for 10 days, and I've come back, I feel brand new.
You look well.
I feel well, which I do feel well, like I say. I'm just looking forward to going out and putting a show on and putting everything I'm learning. I'm doing so much more in and outside the gym, like watching, studying, and a lot more than what I've done before. I've always known my boxing, I've always been known my history of boxing, but now like, I'm going back to old school fighters and I'm watching and learning and even writing things down and just taking it all on.
Who?
Old school fighters. I put one up the other day when a little poll I was watching like Willie Pep and some old school fighters. Yeah.
You are going back. Last 2 questions, in fact. Dubois-Joyce, talk to me.
Yes, Dubois and Joyce. Yeah. Listen, I think it's going to be a good fight for up to halfway point, 6 rounds. Look, Joyce. Unless Joyce comes out and does something completely different, I get on the back foot and try to box, then I think you're in for a different fight. But if he wants to walk forward, chin out, and take some to give some, if someone like Daniel Dubois punches as hard as he does, I don't think that's the brightest idea. So I don't think he could do that, but if he does go and do something like that, then it's going to be over within 6 rounds, I think, because no matter who you are, your punching resistance will go, do you know what I mean? If you keep getting tagged on the chin like that, especially when someone like who it's, from what I've heard, it's like a North kid, then it's not exactly a wise move to do, is it? What's your opinion?
Well, the juggernaut isn't going to change, is he? He's not going to all of a sudden start, keeping distance and staying behind the jab.
He needs to if he wants to. I don't
think he's going to change. So I mean, that's him, isn't it? So it's whether he can do it or not, isn't it?
Listen, if it's not Joe Joyce, any man, if they want to walk forward taking shots by Daniel Dubois, who's a young, fresh, hard-hitting puncher, then it's a very silly move to do, isn't it?
So take it we're going Dubois then.
I'm going Dubois on that fight, yeah, Dubois.
Yarde-Arthur the following week.
This is a very interesting fight because, see, with Anthony Yarde, punching power is there, as we all know. Do you know what I mean? Is it Spellman, if I'm right? Yeah. He's a tough man, and Yarde was throwing some lovely shots. He slipped right hands in, and I thought Yarde boxed very well in his last outing. Lyndon Arthur, I don't know too much about Lyndon Arthur, but what I have seen is a good technician, and I think he's got the power there as well. But it's whoever gets there first. So I am on the fence with this one. I'm not going to lie, Rich, I'm on the fence. But if I'm having to sway, I'll probably just sway to Yarde because I know the team. I mean, I know Tundi. I like how Tundi works with certain things. So yeah, I'm going to sway that up. If I've got to choose, I will choose Yarde. But really, I am on the fence on this. I do think it's a good 50-50 fight.
Right, Arch, good to see you. And we look forward to catching up and seeing you back in the ring next year.
Yeah, lovely. Mate. Thank you, Richard. Cheers.
Cheers.